The problem with Allurial. So, in case you don't know, Allurial is a book subscription service. They kind of came onto the book scene in 2025 and they released their first book box in July of 2025. What kind of set Allurial apart is their price point, the fact that they don't have a wait list, and the fact that you can choose from 3 different book offerings every month, unlike other book subscription services where the book is chosen for you. So, Allurial came onto the scene, and I was actually one of the people who pretty immediately was like, oh, this seems like it's going to be awesome. Like, they're a book box with no wait list, which honestly is kind of crazy because I feel like every book box at this point has a wait list. And popular book boxes like Fairy Loot have wait lists that are years long. I've been on the Fairy Loot wait list for almost a year now at this point. So it really seemed like they were kind of poised to truly take the book world by storm and really become something amazing. So, what has happened with Allurial now? As a subscriber myself, I have noticed a lot of problems with Allurial, and I've noticed that they are not being addressed at all by like the Allurial team, which actually has caused me, at this point, I am no longer a subscriber. At the point of making this video, I subscribed to Allurial back in September of 2025, and I was subscribed all the way through to April of 2026, which last month in April was when I finally decided that I needed to cancel. So, what happened? What went wrong? I will tell you. So the main problem that I see with Allurial that I've also chatted with other Allurial subscribers about is the fact that they don't have enough stock of their books. So the first issue that I had regarding that was actually back in February when I was at RomanticyCon on February 27th. I was waiting in line for a signing with Sable Sorensen, which was like super awesome. But while waiting in that line, I decided to check my email. And upon checking my email, I noticed that the March books for Allurial had gone live. So I clicked on it. I was like, cool, perfect time to make my book selection while I'm like waiting in line at BookCon. And what happened was one of the books was already sold out. Keep in mind, this was probably around noon. So it was around 12 p.m. and the email had gone out at 6 a.m. So, in the span of like 6 hours, before the month of March had even started, one of the March books was already sold out, which is crazy. I mean, that's insane. How can you sell out of one of the picks for your book boxes before the month that that pick is for has even started? Like, that to me is absolutely crazy. And I mean, clearly it shows that like Allurial is doing something right because obviously they have like a ton of customers and people are really interested in the books that they're offering. The book specifically that I wanted was We Become Darkness. So I actually ended up drafting an email to customer service. I was just like, hey guys, like the book I wanted sold out, like the month that the book is for has not even started yet. Like, do you know if is there going to be a restock? Is there like anything that you guys can do so that your paying subscribers can get the book that they want? And the customer service team actually, they sent me back a response. They were basically just like, we're working on this issue. Like, we're so sorry you're disappointed. I was like, okay, like, kind of sucks. But I think because so many people were angry and upset, which like understandably so, if you pay for a book box where the whole idea is that you get to pick from 3 books and the day the books drop, one of the selections is already gone, like that does kind of defeat like the purpose of the choice. So a bunch of people were like in their comments and on their Instagram. I was talking with other people in their comments being kind of like, hey, like, what is the deal? What's going on? And at that point, they eventually decided that they were going to do a restock just of this specific book for all of the people who could not get it. And basically, that those books would ship sometime in April since they didn't already have them in stock. Which, to me, I was okay with that. Honestly, I was just stoked that I was still going to be able to get the book. So I was kind of like, cool, awesome, like they fixed it, whatever. But with this issue, this has now happened several more times since then. It happened in the month of April, and it happened in the month of May. And for me, I had actually already chosen to skip the month of April just because I have like other book box subscriptions. And just financially, I was like, you know what? I don't need the Allurial pick for this month. But I had seen people in their comments still saying, like, hey, books are selling out before the month has even started, which is absolutely insane. And to be honest, I really don't understand how or why this is happening. Like, I understand that Allurial is a new company. I understand that they're still like finding their footing and making their way into the book space, but at the same time, like, if you have a bunch of paying subscribers who clearly want to choose between the books because that's the whole purpose of your book box, wouldn't you want to increase your stock in order to match the number of subscribers you have? Because I think one of the things that I, anyway, really loved about Allurial was that it didn't feel so exclusive like some of the other book boxes do, like Fairy Loot in particular, whose waitlist is literally thousands upon thousands of people long. Like, one of the things I loved about Allurial was that you could subscribe right away and you could easily get whatever book you wanted. I mean, I was very much like, when the We Become Darkness thing happened, there were people in the comments being like, well, they drop at 6 a.m. on the day after they reveal the edges, so just be on their site and be ready. I don't want to be fighting to try to get a book that I've essentially already paid for. Like, as a paying customer, I don't think I want to try to, like, I don't want to go through that stress to have to acquire a book like that. You know what I mean? And that is just a personal thing, but I mean, I quite frankly don't want to do that. So the lack of stock, the understocking, I guess, is really, for me, the main issue that I see with Allurial. And so far, I haven't seen, aside from the specific incident with We Become Darkness, I haven't seen them make any effort to address it or to change it. Like, it seems like I haven't seen them respond to any of those comments. They only seem to respond to positive comments on their Instagram. I haven't seen them respond to a single one of those comments being like, hey, this is ridiculous that these books are selling out. I haven't seen them address it at all, which is honestly why I decided to make this video, is because I was like, you know what? I was an active subscriber for months who really, really loved their service. And what sucks about this too is that the quality of their books had really gone up. Like, they were adding things like different artwork covers that weren't available anywhere else, like gorgeous sprayed edges, end papers. Um, they had also started doing the like exclusive early release for Allurial subscribers, which I think is really awesome and is definitely like a major selling point. Like, if you're really interested in this book, you can read it potentially weeks earlier than, just your average bookworm who isn't subscribed. So, they were increasing all these perks, but if the stock can't match the number of subscribers they have, I just don't get how that is like sustainable or how that's like okay. And then I think what really irritated me as a customer was them not addressing it, because people are clearly in the comments saying like, hey, this is jacked up, like, hey, are you going to fix this? And just no response from them at all. One of the other issues that I have noticed, and that I have also talked with other subscribers about, is the inconsistency and the lack of information about sequels. So I was also one of the people who picked up The Wolf King by Lauren Palfreyman when that was available as a choice. I really liked their cover. I thought it was really cool. I was stoked about that book, even though I'm a little nervous for it because it's a love triangle, but I was stoked about it. So I got the first book. Then Allurial sent out an email because people were asking. Allurial ended up sending out an email basically being like, we would love to do sequels. We can't guarantee the sequels. And The Night Prince is definitely not coming. Then I could see later on, actually in the month of April, I believe, there was an email sent out basically saying that there was going to be voting on sequels and that The Night Prince was one of the choices where basically whatever book got the most votes would be the sequel that they would do, which, I mean, that's awesome for the people who got The Wolf King and are still subscribed and who want to get that second book, but also, like, the inconsistent information is very frustrating. And then also picking a book, not knowing if they're ever going to make the sequels and the other books that match. Like, a lot of people, myself included, don't necessarily want that. Like, I don't necessarily want to buy a special edition book if I don't think I can get the matching set of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool that I have that version of the Wolf King, but now I'm probably not ever going to get the matching edition of the Night Prince, so I'm just going to have, like, a weird mismatched set, which is fine. I mean, I know some people don't care about that, so if you don't care about that, good for you. That's awesome. But I care, and I think it kind of sucks. The last main issue that I'll touch on with Allurial in this video, and this is going to be kind of where things get controversial, but it's going to be about their influencer marketing. Now, I want to say, clearly their influencer marketing is effective. If they have so many customers that they're selling out of books before the month that the book is for has even started, clearly those ads are working. Also, I totally understand if you're a book influencer, I totally understand wanting to get your bag. I totally understand being like, this is a company that offers special editions. They're asking me to, like, run an ad for them, potentially a paid, I'm assuming most likely all of these ads are paid, but that the influencers running the ads, I'm assuming they're also getting those books for free. I obviously could be wrong because I am not an Allurial influencer, so I don't, like, know exactly how that works. But it is one thing that I've seen in the comment sections where people have said, like, so you're selling out of these books, but I've seen 40 different influencers on my page that you've sent all 3 of the books to. So you can send them to influencers, but you can't have enough stock for paying customers. Like, that doesn't really seem like it makes sense. And again, this isn't the fault of the influencers. I do not blame them. If Allurial had asked me to work with them, fuck yeah, I would have said yes. I would have taken those free books. I would have gotten the bag. Like, I totally understand. I totally understand why people are doing it and why people are working with them. But it does just feel shitty as a subscriber who is paid to see, okay, I've seen 30 different influencers on my feed who have this book, but me, a paying customer, can't get the book myself. Like, that just feels shitty. It just feels like bad business, and it honestly doesn't make any sense. The same thing kind of happened with BookCon. The Allurial booth at BookCon had all of these different titles that had sold out. And there's, like, stacks of all these different books that had sold out previously. And it's kind of like, well, that feels shitty because I could have gotten that book if you had put those in the stock. It just doesn't make sense to me. It absolutely, like, boggles my mind and really, really confuses me. So I think that's really all I have to say in this video. I mean, I feel like this came off super negative, but the whole point of me making this video was that I was somebody who loved Allurial and who was subscribed to them for a pretty decent amount of time. I was a subscriber for like 8 months. So, I spent a good chunk of coin with them, and like, I really do love the books that I have from them. Like, I think that a lot of their books are really, really beautiful, and they pick awesome titles. Romantasy is my favorite genre to read from, so I really loved having that like romantasy only subscription. And as far as book subscription services go, Allurial is the cheapest that I've ever found. If you pick only one book with tax, it comes out to like $29 a month, which compared to a lot of other book boxes are closer to 40 to 45 a month, like with tax and shipping and everything. So, like, if you can get the book that you want, it is a great deal. And like, clearly I really liked them for a long time because I was subscribed for 8 whole months. But I'm just really interested to see if they're going to address any of this, like if they're going to come out and like talk about any of it, if they're going to adjust their stock. Like, I'm really curious to see how they go forward, because I feel like if they fix things going forward, I would love to resubscribe, because I really do think that when they're doing it well, they're doing it well. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if I was going to say, I don't know if I'm the only one who cares about this, but I know that I'm not, because I've talked with other people about it. Like, I know that I'm not the only one who cares, and I know that I'm not the only one who feels this way, because I have talked with other book lovers specifically about this issue. So, I don't know, just let me know what you think. Like, am I overreacting? Am I like being too negative? Or is this like justified kind of annoyance because what the hell are they doing? But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you would leave me a like and a comment, if you want to subscribe, I post bookish content most Mondays. I used to say every Monday, but we're going to say most Mondays for now, because life has been busy, life has been crazy, but I really do love YouTube, so, and I love making my bookish content. So yeah, definitely give me a like, subscribe if you would like to, and I hope that I will see you in my next video. Bye!